Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here, and we're going back in for a 7 for 7 challenge run in Act 7. This is 7.2.5, and we're bringing a bunch of villains. So I know, like, the far right path, I think I saw somebody streaming. I can't remember who it was. They did it with, like, Storm. I think you probably do it with Bishop, like the lightning adoption one. You can pretty much cheese through a bunch of that. I chose this path because I have a handful of villains and it works pretty well. It's not very difficult, it's very straightforward, and you can get through without too much hassle. So it's got Scoundrel villain as the superiority. So if you're a villain, you get superiority. It's got backhanded comment, which gives 50% reduction in power gain on the defender if they're taunted. And if you have superiority, if you're a villain, if you do a heavy attack, you get a taunt. And then it's got Surging Vengeance, which is probably what most people see, and they're like, oh, special 1, special 2, special 3 only, so on and so forth. But if you get the taunt, you can get them throwing special 1s and special 2s and just be like a normal fight. And then it's got Tyranny, so you got to bring a villain to be able to gain power and to get that taunt. I mean, if you have a taunt on from like Stark Spidey or something like that, could work, but you're never going to get any power. So we've got Venompool first up, and got a little lag there. And we're just going to heavy put that taunt on. You can see that they get very, very little power, so it's easy to manage and control how much power they have. And you just simply put a heavy on them and you're pretty much good to go. And you know, with Surging Vengeance, they'll throw a special 1, but with the taunt, they'll keep throwing the special 1, or they'll throw the special 2 if you happen to push them that far. So as long as you throw a heavy before they get to 3 bars of power, you're pretty much good to go. So we got Mangog, and Mangog, I like this dude. He's a lot of fun. His heavy hits hard. His special 2 can hit really hard. Get some power steal, power drain on it. I probably could have gone for a special 3 myself and nullified all of Venompool's buffs. But I think we just kept spamming the special 2s. Get a nice, like, almost a full bar drain there on him, and gain that on Mangog, and there he goes. So Venompool down. Doesn't really have any problems controlling the fight, and didn't have any worry about special 3. So we're gonna bring in Killmonger on this one, and I think I end up throwing a special 3 with a handful of bleeds, and we let him tick out. You're gonna want to make sure your champ against Yellow Jacket can pretty much get some DOT damage over time, because if you don't, he'll likely get enough charges to where he'll go into his meltdown, and then you'll have to wait that out. So here we're just gonna keep heavying him, and then I think we're gonna get a special 2 in here. Yep. And we're gonna build up some bleeds. I think once we get to 15 plus bleeds, once I see that pop up, I'm gonna go to special 3, and then I'll just kind of let those bleeds tick out. We're not gonna go for like max bleeds or anything. The health pools aren't big enough for that. But you can see, like, Surging Vengeance, not a problem. Bring a villain, throw some heavies, you're good to go. And I think yeah, we're gonna push him to meltdown, so we'll have to wait out a little bit, but that's not the biggest deal. So we got him 44. There's the meltdown. I don't know what I was trying to do there, trying to get a heavy but not hit him, trying to push him over. It's fine. Meltdown is almost over, and I think we're gonna get the bleeds to show up here soon. And we're going to throw a special 3, maybe? Not yet. I know I throw the special 3 on here. There we go. 16 bleeds. Let's see what we can get up to when we throw the special 3. Can chain some heavies over here in the corner, which is really nice. And then here we go. Special 3. And I run deep wounds, so these bleeds are going to last as long as possible. And they're going to take them out. Unfortunately, we couldn't have got there quicker, but Killmonger putting in some work. Next up, we actually have a Killmonger to fight, and we're going to bring in Venom. I think I was looking at the map thinking, should I use Venom or should I use Mangog? And I'm going to use Venom just because his heavy is guaranteed to armor break. Mangog, you have to have the charges to apply the armor break on the heavy. So we'll be able to manage the reverb, and we'll get some good bleed damage on and all that good stuff. And then the taunt is nice because it gives Killmonger less power as well. And we just want to keep him armor broke and keep that taunt on, and we should be just fine. And yeah. Gotta love getting hit, missing some parries. There we go. Taunt is going to keep him throwing the special 1s. If he throws it, I actually prefer him to throw special 2s. Just because I feel like it's just easier to get out of range and not get touched at all versus him throwing those 2 knives at you. Sometimes I'll block and I'll dex and then I'll get out at the end or whatnot. But should have thrown a special 2 or something. Get those furies going. I think we throw one later on in the fight, but this is just a pretty vanilla Killmonger fight. As long as we're throwing some heavies, probably throwing more heavies than normal, just to make sure we have the taunt active with the armor break. But it's gonna go down fairly easily. I do have the Venom relic on my Venom, so I got some enhanced like bleed damage stuff with the relic, which is nice. There we go, special 2 with 7 furies. That did a lot of damage, triggering a lot of bleeds. And got a little bit of chip damage. We got hit once, but overall, pretty simple fight. I know Killmonger can be annoying, but he did. Alright, next up we have a Carnage, and I believe I'm gonna go in with Mangog on this one as well because I'm bleed immune, I'm armor break immune, and that pretty much shuts him down, and we can get some nice damage on the heavies, get the armor break plus a taunt. Throw some special 2s. We can throw a special 3 to get rid of his buffs if needed. So I don't know. This lane isn't blazing fast, but if you have a good set of villains, it's a pretty simple lane. Just to fight, and there's not very difficult defenders on the lane in my opinion, other than the Killmonger. You'll definitely want an armor break champ. And again, Mangog can armor break, but he's got to have, I believe, 2 of his hatred. You can see there I got the taunt, but I didn't get an armor break because I don't have 2 hatred. And you get hatred from finishing a 5-hit combo or from throwing you can get, I think you get 2 from throwing a special 1. I'm just gonna keep hitting him with the heavy, and then power stealing him, getting that power. Yeah, Mangog's kind of fun. He's got an interesting kit. I know some of his regular hits and stuff can be not too devastating, but I wish there was a better way to, and maybe I'm just not doing them 100% proper, but I wish there was a way to manage the hatred plus getting like the armor breaks and the big heavies, so that when you're throwing the SP2s, you can get it enraged and do more damage. Alright, so Carnage is down. Fairly simple. And there we go, game finally loads up. Now we got a DocOc, and I think I'm gonna take this one with a Venom as well. The one nice thing with Venom here in this matchup is because DocOc has armor ups, we can num those with a special 1, nullify them, and get a regen, which is nice. But we will potentially be armor breaking those as well, because we're gonna have to be throwing some heavies, and depending on like when we're throwing specials, the armor up may be there, it may not be there. And yeah, DocOc, pretty simple defender, and we're just gonna try to bleed this dude out. Put the heavy on, armor break him, taunt him, have him throw his special, get some relic action in. We got the black Venom going into the blue Venom, and yeah, I'm super stoked that I pulled this guy. He's really solid. Overall, puts out a lot of bleed damage, and he can melt some people quick. And yeah, another heavy. Keep getting that taunt on. 17k heavy crit right there. That was pretty nice. And he's just about dead. Should have thrown a special 1 and ate up that armor and got some heal, but he's down. That one was fairly quick. Next up, we're gonna move, and we got a Dormammu. We're gonna use Titania. Titania is a villain, and she doesn't get buffs. So Dormammu basically doesn't have much of anything to do with Titania as far as getting his degen damage and all that kind of stuff. I think we're gonna get to special 3 and try to get a heavy cancel haymaker into the special 3 so we can get the double debuffs. Yeah, Titania, she's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. We can heavy chain here in the corner. It's got low power, and again, the combat power rate is reduced in half. You get 50% reduction when you have a taunt on. So here we're just gonna heavy spam, and we're gonna get haymaker, cancel it, and we're gonna get double the debuffs. We're gonna get a ton of furies from this, and then we can just spam him over in the corner. And I think he's just gonna go down here. I don't think he ends up throwing. Yeah, went down super easy. Came out 100% health. Just a little bit of chip damage to get under a full yellow bar. And then we're gonna go to the boss island. And the boss that I chose to take was the Platinumpool. He's pretty simple. Reminder, this one, skip choice node, click that button, don't swap anybody out. Even if it's a 7-star for a 7-star, don't use it. Because if you do, you will not, the run will not count for the Carina's challenge, 7 for 7. Yeah, we're gonna go and hit up this Platinumpool. It's got Smorgasbord, which Shuri is great for. Now this draw 5 cards. This one he draws some fairly juicy ones to start off, and then it's got Juke, where you can, if you alternate your combos, you can get Furies. But you're going to see right out the gate, he gets 2 power gains, and then he's kind of passive. I'm going to get Special 3'd. And to be honest, when I was getting Special 3'd, I was like, am I going to die here? Like, just straight out the gate? And should I just, like, pause, dump the app, and get a nice little restart? But I was like, nah, I'll just eat it, and we'll be able to finish this guy off. He is not a difficult defender, but look at this. He just doesn't throw until he gets, right when he gets the Special 3, he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to throw that one. So I'm sitting here like, do I restart this garbage? And I didn't. I just ate it. 43%, but we're going to get bled. And I'm like, am I going to get bled to death? And of course, there we get hit. We're going to throw off our Special 1. We're going to get a little bit of adrenaline. Get a little bit of a game freeze there again. This is like the second time in this run where I got a little freeze. We're still bleeding. We're still bleeding. I think we get down to like 20 something maybe. Yeah, 27, 26 or so. Which I'm like, okay, that's fine. We don't really have to worry about assassins or anything like that. And then Shuri's just really good because Smorgasbord, if you don't know what that is, you can see there's that little purple timer. As long as you put 10 debuffs on him, when that timer expires and you got 10 plus, then he takes the degen. So you can see here he's taking a pretty big degen instead of regenning. I think that other regen was from just his abilities. But yeah, and Shuri's awesome because you can just parry. You won't get the stun on this fight, but you build up your little matrix charges, and then you can just hit him, and he gets the shocks. Now whether you get 10 or right now, I got 22, 23 Smorgasbord charges, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many you get. You just need 10 or more, and if you get that, then you get the degen. I think there's one time in here, maybe it's on this run right here, where I actually don't get to 10. No, it's not this one, because I think we're gonna get it right there. Yeah, and so you could parry stuns will count for 1, shocks, any debuff. So if you're running whatever I can't remember what the mastery is that gives the weakness on contact, on hitting, if you run that will help. If you have a champ that doesn't put out a ton of debuffs, if you have that mastery on. I'm trying to think of what it's called. I'm going to go to Aunt May really quick and look it up. Let's see, masteries, and it's in the defensive tree. Oh, is Aunt May not working for masteries? My mastery thing is not working. My link. Still going there. I missed getting him. Look at that regen. That regen's insane. If you don't get 10 debuffs, it's gonna be hard to take this guy down. Let me see if I go into private window. Maybe that will help. Masteries. There we go. And it's resonate. Resonate. That's the one. So if you don't have a champ that's gonna reliably get you the debuffs you need, definitely would recommend putting on resonate. That will help significantly. So you can parry, just do regular hits, you'll get the weaknesses, and then whatever other debuffs your champ may be able to do. I think I know when I did this fight, I think I might have done it with like a white mags and something so I could get the passive stuns, but there ain't no white mags as a 7-star, so just have to deal with parries, reparrying, and then baiting heavies, getting intercepts, countering specials. I think right here he's going to die. And there we go, got the solo. So Shuri works, even though I got special 3'd right out the gate, hung in there, took him down. And yeah, pretty simple and straightforward path if you have villains. If you have somebody like Shuri or Sunspot or somebody that gives a lot of debuffs as a 7-star, pretty easy completion for this one. And again, you don't have to exit out. or you can exit out and not have to touch those last tiles, save some energy, just go claim your reward and move on. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.